Also, as I was sharing with you, there was a lot that I did in the last 2 weeks. And I recorded it when I felt inspired to record it for you like this. I couldn't do it, it was too much. So I'm going to record another deeper dive into stories um, from my awareness standpoint. And the authenticness of the recording is the best approach. And I'll just stand by with you. Here we go. I'm watching Inception for probably about the 6th time, maybe 7th. And I was thinking, why does his wife keep showing up in all of these dream states? And the Inception is about the ability to create a dream consciousness and create the platform. So they design it like someone designs a house and an ideology. And in there, she is part of his story. So being part of his story doesn't make it true. It just makes it part of what he injects in. And then I thought it's very similar to how the human is experiencing life. He is injecting in stories. And I was thinking today about how to let go of stories of limitations, concerning the fact that the only limitations are those stories in which we have perceived as our reality. And there's no way to get to infinite self if you don't consistently work to traverse towards your own direction. And Inception is very similar to that. It's showing you a line of intention, a storyline, intention, creating an entire scenario of a believability in a context to ensure that they are meeting their objectives. And we're in storylines meeting objectives, but we aren't aware of what those objectives are and why we are playing that game out through that storyline. So we are living similarities, and certain characters keep showing up based on how we've currently learned to play in our stories, through our family history, through our acknowledgement of ourselves, through what we believe. All of these things have shaped the formation. And looking to change formation is what it's all about. Not to say that current formation is not viable or a good formation. It's about exercising the nature of your instinctual part of yourself. To create is primary. It's a primary desire. How we want to move around that primary desire is what I'm always looking into, as there's not one way, but many, and at the same time, find the one that works best for you. You know, exploring theories would make me a philosopher. The application would make me a theorist, and the list goes on and on. and on as we do. On and on and on and on. We get on down. So she is part of his story. She will continue to be part of his story until he decides a new story, which at the end he does. His new story is that he's going to focus in on the story of the children instead of the story of his one true love. Interesting.
Now you can see how there's no way that I could have repeated that. It's these moments when you are inspired with your information that you share it to yourself, back to the mirror, right? The mirror is all of you. I know it was creating for me remembrance into the many facets of the story. Can you see all that energy floating around? It's coming from the head of this crystal, which is why I was pointing it at you. There's incredible key codes inside there. And your story could be impossible, Susan, impossible. And my story would be, is it? Is it just a rock? That's not my story. See, create a story that brings you closer, leads you in a direction to, advances you towards something of greater possibility. This crystal knows it's love. It knows it was made from love. When we can say that we remember that completely and fully and without a shadow of doubt, we may be as awesome as this crystal. They're here to support us. They're here to remind us. They're here to befriend us and ensure that we don't forget our own keys. There's no rush, one day at a time, one moment at a time, one infinite second at a time.